Hello, Jess here from nigezza.blogspot.com, and I'm here to show you how I made these little treats that I sent with the catalogues. You might notice that one's slightly bigger because I got the measurements slightly wrong and I adjusted them. And what's wrapped inside here is one of these lovely chocolate bars. These are from Aldi, and you get 5 in a pack, and they are all individually wrapped, and I've just got one left in this pack to now do. And as you might be able to tell, they're the in colours that are going out in the summer of 2018, and so that leaves just Dapper Denim to do to complete the 5 here. So I'm going to show you how I did this. Okay, so I'm going to show you a bit of stamping first. I kind of made my own DSP. Here's some that I did earlier with Sweet Sugar Plum, and I've used the Celebration stamp set, the beautiful Peacock, and on this one I've just used that swirl there, but on these others I used both the swirls. And when I first saw this stamp set on stage, it was the swirls that I was really interested in for making background, and also these little flowers that you can also, I'll show you a tester piece here, make a sort of a flowered background as well as stamping the peacock. Okay, so that's the first thing I did, and the sentiment, the treat yourself sentiment, comes from Pitch Perfect Birthday, and there it is, treat yourself. Some lovely sayings and some lovely to stamp things there, so I'll be playing with that later. So this is what I did to make that. So to make the belly band that goes round the chocolate bar, you need a piece of, this is Whisper White, and it's 5 inches by 3 6/8, so it sort of goes round with a bit to spare, a bit like a chocolate bar that's covered in a wrapper. Okay, I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap here to stamp on. You can see where I've done my others there. I have mounted both the swirls together on the block, and I'm just going to randomly stamp that around. Got a bit of a dint in that, I believe I have. Be fine. Be fine. That'll be covered anyway by the sentiment. So ink that up and then just stamp it on. I love these. They put me in mind of, I think it was Floral Flourish or something that we had a couple of years ago that I really liked, and I used to stamp my own papers with that. I really liked it. Oh, I love this colour. Reminds me of Night and Navy, but it's a little bit different. That's why I saved this one to do on camera, because I like the colour so much. So I'm just going to put some little extras in the corners there that haven't been covered. There. And whilst I've got my ink pad, I'm going to stamp my sentiment on a little scrap. And I thought, treat yourself, fitted 2 ways. One, encouraging people to treat themselves in the catalogue to something they like, but also treat themselves by eating a bit of chocolate. So now we need to make the little box, and to make the little box you need, I'll move my dirty paper out of the way now that stamping's done, you need a piece of paper that is 5 1/8 squared, and the envelope punch board. Love this tool, my most used, I think, tool. So you're going to punch at 3 1/8 and score, and then you're going to move it up to 3 1/2 punch and score, and then you're just matching, probably seen this a million times, you're just matching the little sticky outy bit with your 2 lines that you've scored, and you're going to punch and score, and you're going to do on all 4 sides. I have done that every single time. Got a bit too blasé. Haven't been actually in the channel, and I've gone off on one. And that's that. I'm going to put that away. So these are, I say, these lovely little treats that I'm sending out on catalogues, but they do make lovely little treats if you need to do a little teacher thank you, or a little special little reward for one of your kids or a friend to cheer them up. Or what I always like is if you're giving a gift of a gift card or some money, that adding this to it is really inexpensive. I think it's £1.29 for the 5 bars, so just a little over 25p each, 26p each. So it's not much to add, hardly any cardstock, and not much time to just add a little extra something special. And now what I do here is fold up the end there, and then I'm following that crease there to cut that corner off, and then the other side I'm going to cut it at the second line, so one's going to be the bottom and one's going to be the top. Doesn't have to be exact because you're not actually going to see it. And then you're just snipping up each of these where you've got a square. Oh, that's my light gone. Really gone. Hope that's okay. The light in here is not very good. So you're just cutting up those little bits like so, putting your chocolate bar in, folding the insides in, and then that folds up, and then that one's going to fold like so. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue, I'm using fast fuse, on each of these diagonals, close it up, and then that will just slip in and out quite nicely. And then I'm not going to stick that one down because that's going to get held with the belly band. So I'll find my belly band that I have just stamped on, and I'm just going to fold it round and lightly creasing as I go. Make sure it moves, and then I'm just going to give them a better crease. Make sure it's straight. I have done some of these in Christmas paper as well, for little tabletop gifts at Crimbo and at New Year. New Year I did a bit more blingy. And then I'm just going to put a bit of fast fuse down there. You don't want to make it too tight because you do want the belly band to be loose enough for the chocolate bar to slip easily on and off. And then where's my little scrap that I stamped on? So on this little scrap that I stamped on, I'm using the second smallest stitched oval, and I'm just going to cut that out. So I'm just going to do that and come back. So there's my stitched oval cut out. I love these sets, I just love the effect you get. And then I've used the everyday label punch, and I've punched a piece of dapper denim, and it kind of cradles in there nicely and gives it a bit of a some matting. So I'm just going to stick that on here. And the nice thing about this, I think, of giving this to customers, is that they can see how well the inks and the cardstocks coordinate, which is the thing that I love most about Stampin' Up, and the reason why I started buying it, and then the reason why I eventually joined up as a demo, because that I love. Right, and then I've got some I'll leave that on there. I've got some enamel dots here. These are retired, but I did buy them when they were on the retiring list, not on the clearance rack, so I do have quite a few of them still left, and I'm just going to chuck them on. And again, that sort of illustrates how well everything coordinates. So a really quick little treat to make for a thank you, for an I love you, for a here you are, for a well done, and in my case to go with the catalogue. So if you had a catalogue from me, I hope you enjoyed it. If you don't have a demonstrator and you don't have a catalogue yet and you'd like one, just drop me a comment and I'll put one in the post for you. Okay, all the details and all the measurements be on my blog, nigezza.blogspot.com. See you again soon.